Is Lamar Jackson worth the risk for the New York Jets? That's what we're talking about in today's video. Hey, what's going on? I am Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I want to get into Lamar Jackson and if he is worth the risk for the New York Jets. Before we get started today, I just wanted to mention you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast. And also, we have the NFL playoffs starting up, baby. It is time to get in on the action. Sign up at busr.com/Matt to receive a 150% match deposit bonus from our guys over at BUSR, the official sportsbook of Matt O'Leary NY, up to $2,500. Link to sign up is down below in the description. That is where I will be doing my betting on the NFL this weekend. I like the Giants +3. That was one that I mentioned yesterday. I like the 49ers later today. I think they steamrolled the Seahawks. And yeah, if you do too, get in on the action. So is Lamar Jackson worth the risk? That's kind of what I want to get into today. I think it is an important discussion to have because let's be honest here, no matter which quarterback option you look at for the New York Jets, there is significant risk involved. I don't want the narrative to be out there that, oh, there's a safe option out there. There isn't. There is zero safe options for the New York Jets at the quarterback position. Some are riskier than others and some have a higher upside than others, but you can go right down the line and find something that you could be concerned about with every single option for the New York Jets at the quarterback position. So really, your job is to just weigh out the pros and the cons of each and decide if it's enough or safe enough in your eyes for you to take that gamble. And today we're talking about Lamar Jackson. So let's start on the positive side. 2019 MVP. He was an all-pro that year. He just turned 26 years old. He's still an extremely young player. And when he's healthy and when he's on the field, there's no doubt about it. He's one of the most electric football players on the planet. He's an unbelievable player. As I said, a top 12 at worst, I think, quarterback when he's healthy. Probably closer to top 10, but I would say at worst top 12. And when you look at the players that he's played with, he's never had a good wide receiver. He's never had a receiving core like the Jets have. His best receiver that he's played with is Hollywood Brown. Yes, he has Mark Andrews at tight end, which really helps. And yes, they've had an unbelievable run game with him being there, but he's never had that absolute star wide receiver. So if a team like the Jets were to acquire him, having Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, add in another potential veteran third option, he's never had a player like that. Or even at running back, has he ever had a player close to what Breece Hall's output has been in the NFL? I don't think so. Yes, he's been an unbelievable player. Lamar himself, he's run for a ton of yards himself. And as a passer, I think he's fine. I really don't understand the narrative where it's that Lamar Jackson can't throw. When I put him as a dominant elite level passer, I don't know if I'd go that far, but he can play. The guy can obviously play the quarterback position and play it at a high level. He had, 36 touchdown passes in 2019. The issue, though, which is something that I mentioned, at the top here with them there being risk involved, and even with someone who's as good as Lamar Jackson in the prime of his career at 26 years old, there is risk involved with Lamar Jackson. Over the last 2 years, he's played 12 games each of those 2 years. Last year was a bone bruise to the ankle. This year, it's a sprained PCL. Luckily, with the PCL, it's not like an ACL or MCL, so the recovery is significantly better to a PCL. There's not as much potential long-term issues with the PCL as comparative to some of the other ligaments going on down there in your knee. But get 2 injuries in back-to-back years, that's, again, there's some risk involved. Also, what you would have to pay him. He wants a contract that's similar to what Deshaun Watson got. Watson got 5 years, $230 million, all guaranteed. That's $46 million a year. So you're going to be looking at a cap hit well over $40 million a year, maybe close to $50 million a year. And you're going to have to give up multiple draft assets to get him, multiple first-round picks to do it. Again, looking at age, ceiling, all that stuff, is he one of the better options for the New York Jets? If you take out the elements of what it would take to pay him, what it would take to acquire him, Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I think if you're saying otherwise, that you just have this inherent bias when it comes to Lamar Jackson. But again, you're going to have to give up multiple first round picks, and then that's going to eat up $45+ million of your cap hit. What you're hoping is that you're getting that top 10 player at the position, which obviously takes this team to a completely another level, right? The issue with the Jets this past year was the quarterback position. It's been an issue with this team for a very, very long time. They haven't been able to figure out that position. And Lamar has the highest ceiling of all the other options, even over Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Derek Carr, Jimmy G, someone in the draft. I get it. I really, really like the idea of Lamar Jackson. I think the point that I just wanted to make in today's video was that even with someone who is as good as what Lamar is, comes with risk. There is risk involved. And it's up to Joe Douglas to weigh those options and decide for himself and for the team if these guys are worth the risk. I lean yes for Lamar Jackson. I think yes, I would be willing to take that risk because of all the other extra, the elements that go into it, but what you could potentially get out of it. He definitely by far elevates this team the most, but you're going to have to completely change up your offense, which I guess when you're firing Mike LaFleur and you're doing a really wide search over all these different offensive coordinator options, there's absolutely a way that you could, bring in a working offense. Maybe you bring in Greg Roman with him. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd be willing to go that far, but I don't like the idea of poo-pooing Lamar Jackson, just saying that, oh my God, it's ridiculous. Why are you even, mentioning his name? The Jets should not be in on Lamar Jackson. He can't throw the football, all that stuff. But at the same time, I also don't think it's fair to say that Lamar Jackson is the perfect fix for this team. He's not. There is no perfect solution at the quarterback position, which is going to make this offseason and make this process incredibly, incredibly difficult. It's a nuanced conversation that we're going to have. It's not black and white. There's a lot of gray area here with this quarterback conversation. But as it goes with Lamar, I think the pros outweigh the cons with Lamar. I really do. But again, it's not something where you trade for him and say, sigh of relief. It's perfect. It's fixed. No, I'm worried. I'm worried about the injuries. I hope that he could play a full season. I'm worried about the draft capital you're going to give up to get him and how you're going to be able to fill out the rest of your roster. I'm worried about, guys you might have to lose in order to fit him in here. It's not easy. Thank God I'm not Joe Douglas, because he's going to have a very difficult decision to make this offseason. But yeah, that's it on Lamar. Let me know down below in the comment section what your take is on Lamar Jackson. It's not easy, boys. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I will talk to you next time.